Друг, привет.
Hello, my friend.
Сегодня у нас начало
Today is the beginning of the fourth week, the fourth level of 52. The fourth floor. Imagine like you, it is a really good image. How you go up these stairs to success. 52 floors, today the fourth week starts. The topic of today's lesson is career development. You must understand that not all people, the significant minority, are entrepreneurs. There is only 1 or 2% of them. And one of the key things on your way to success is defining yourself, understanding who you are, what is closer to your soul, who you want to be, an entrepreneur, manager, or expert. Only 1 or 2% of people are entrepreneurs. Today we'll talk about management. You can make a career, earn a lot of money, and create passive income while being a manager, a professional, and a top manager in a big company. My whole big team consists of people with the psychological type of a manager. That is why I know these people perfectly well. I respect them. I value them. You cannot do business without such people. Business always needs an entrepreneur, a composer, the first person who comes up with the most basic idea. Then there are managers who are conductors. It is an image, and there are musicians, the experts. And so, if you feel that you want to be a manager, you should know some management basics. The first thing you must understand is that in management, it is absolutely not important in what field you are a manager. If a person is an expert, if you are an expert, you love your profession, whether it is programming or design or something else. And you improve your skills your whole life, hone your skills in this profession, and you do not change it. A manager is not confined to a specific product or a specific field. He or she manages. It doesn't matter to him or her what to manage. It is very important to understand it. A professional manager can switch over in a second. He or she can manage a theater or a plant. All management principles are transferred from one business to another. There are 50 management elements that I have created. Management is one of my favorite topics. I have a separate annual program that develops managerial skills and qualities in a person. This program includes 50 elements. There are 6 manager levels. The first level of management, M1, Manager 1. M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, 6 manager levels. M1 is like a lieutenant, a person who manages experts. This person has 3, 5, 7, 10 subordinate experts. This is a manager of the first level. And there are other levels, if speaking in army terms. Then comes majors, colonels, generals, marshals, field marshals. The second management level is when a manager manages other managers. M2 manages M1, a manager manages other managers who manage the experts. And then there are M3, M4, M5. I'll not dwell on this for long. It is just important to understand these basic things. If you need to know more, if you want to learn more, there is my special annual program. And there you will learn all the subtle aspects. all the details of management. But the main thing is to understand that there is an expert. He or she may be better or worse and master his or her professional skills while doing something. Managers have 6 levels. I have already reached the 6th level, the highest, only recently, by the way. The highest level is when you manage more than one business, many businesses, and start making a holding. The 5th level, just making it easy to understand, is the CEO of a large company, and the 6th is the CEO of many large companies. A manager is a special psychological type. This person is much more systematic than an entrepreneur, much more stable. A manager is like a marathon runner. Entrepreneurs are more explosive. They are more of a sprinter. An entrepreneur has more creativity, more invention, but much less system. A manager, especially at the first levels of management, has more system, less creativity. At the highest management level, when a manager reaches the 5th or 6th level, he or she has the same amount of creativity, initiative, strategy as an entrepreneur, and maybe even more. Managers of the 4th, 5th, and 6th levels make very good money, much more than most entrepreneurs. Managers in the 5th and 6th levels probably earn like the top 5% of entrepreneurs. That is, 95% of entrepreneurs earn less than managers of the 5th and 6th levels. So, if you feel more comfortable when working in an organization, managing and not starting a business, there are a lot of difficulties associated with it. There are a lot of risks. This is a wonderful path that leads to very great results if you follow this path correctly. Most importantly, it leads to happiness, because you cannot be happy if you do not follow your path. You must understand that there are 3 different professions: the profession of an entrepreneur, the profession of a manager, and of an expert. No profession is better or worse. There are experts who earn millions of dollars, the best experts in the world in some fields. There are experts who earn more than 99% of entrepreneurs. As I said, there are managers who earn more than 99% of entrepreneurs, millions of dollars. Therefore, no profession here is better or worse. These professions are just absolutely different. You need to find your profession. An entrepreneur and a manager are 2 professions, and an expert includes many professions. You have a destiny, a predisposition, either to the 1st or to the 2nd or to the 3rd. When you start following your path, you'll understand it. If you feel that something is not right, some inner signals, most likely you are not following your path. Maybe you're an entrepreneur and you work as a manager. Maybe you're a manager and you work as an entrepreneur, and now you're trying to follow this path. If you are an expert, you feel that it is closer to you not to lead other people, but to do your own thing better and better. The first thing you need to understand is the law of constant improvement. If you hone your skills and become first an expert of the 3rd grade, then the 2nd, and then of the 3rd, candidate master, master, candidate, master, master of your job, world-class master, grandmaster, there are many levels, and then you will earn more and more. You will feel happier and happier, because progress brings happiness. You will feel progress, that you are better at your job. It will give you self-confidence. This is the first thing. The second thing is to understand is that the market pays completely different money for different professions. Even if you're the best in the world in some profession, you can get 10, 100 times less than if you are the best football player in the world. A football player is also an expert. You're not a manager. You do not manage anyone. You do everything yourself. Therefore, here you must not lie to yourself. You must face the truth and understand how much the market pays to the best in your profession. Take your profession and try to understand who is, tentatively speaking, the current world champion, top 3, top 5. How much do they earn? This is your ceiling limit. You must understand it. Your homework today is very interesting. Assess the business you are working in now. Do you have prospects there? If you want to become a good manager, you must understand whether the business is growing fast, whether you have the opportunity to grow fast with this business too. Do you respect your boss? Do you develop because he or she teaches and promotes and inspires you? It is very important to be in the right company, in the right corporation, in the right structure for a talented person to develop. Because if you are an expert or a manager, but you work in a structure that does not develop or does not help talented people to develop, these people just squander their talent. There are millions of such people. Therefore, be very careful of this. Because if you are an entrepreneur, you yourself start something, and here everything depends on you. If you are a manager or an expert, you work in an organization, and this organization either helps you to develop or prevents you from developing. So your homework is to write clearly, confess honestly, and accordingly make some conclusions. How can you understand the level of your company? The first is its size. There are two options. It is already large or developing very quickly. Look at the example of our company. We've been growing and doubling over the past 5 years. We end this year with 300 restaurants, 4,000 employees, 10 countries, 130 cities. And we have been doubling this for 5 years now. This is an example of a company that develops quickly. It is not yet as big as Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Coca-Cola, but it is rapidly and dynamically developing. So, the main thing in a company is whether it is big or growing rapidly. If a company develops rapidly, it constantly needs great, strong managers and experts. Therefore, if you develop as a manager, you will be noticed and promoted, because a manager promoted from within, from the company, is 10 times more valuable than a manager from the market. Managers are hired from the market only if the company cannot find a bright and talented person from within. A good company also has a strong corporate culture. Corporate culture is an attitude to people, to customers, to shareholders, and to each other. This is what, in principle, is considered good or bad, the philosophy of the company. So, strong companies have great respect for customers, employees, shareholders. Great, cool companies act based on the principle of loving their neighbors, trying to give more than an employee, customer, or shareholder expects. It is a company that is built on service, on respect. Therefore, if you feel such an attitude towards yourself in your company, this is a very good sign. Another homework for those who are entrepreneurs, who have their own business, evaluate how fast your business is growing. and how right the atmosphere is for managers and experts in your company. Can they develop quickly? What kind of corporate culture do you have? To what degree do you respect everyone who works in the company? How much do you give? Do you pay as much as possible? How do you treat customers? That is, are you competitive compared to the best companies that put their hearts into their employees? Employees put their hearts into customers, and thus shareholders get the maximum return on capital. Therefore, you definitely need to create an environment. First of all, an environment that attracts the strongest managers and experts. The best managers and experts are the people who have development in their first place, who have Monday as their favorite day of the week, not Saturday and Sunday. These are people who like challenges more than resting. Therefore, Monday is a favorite day because they can finally get some challenges again. And Saturday or Sunday is for resting. There are few such people, but enough for you. That is, I wish you every day to try to be better than you were yesterday. Your goal is to be irreplaceable, idolized, so that your company is afraid of losing you, so that it does not want you to leave. For that, you need constant development, personal and professional development. That's what we do here. You are really great. You must feel your power. To feel your power, you need to improve yourself, because progress brings self-confidence when you feel that you are better and better and better every day. Thus, you will be more self-confident and earn more. You'll be much respected by others. You will be more respected by others, and your whole life will be filled with success and happiness. See you at the next lesson. Bye.